Events leading to the crime. I would like to get this trial over this century. Mr. Morer and I were in a meeting until 7:15. Hold it! What sort of meeting was this exactly? Oh, just a sort of boring, no ho-hum kind of meeting. Having to do with taxes and the like. I'm afraid I don't exaggerate when I say that my talents are better spent elsewhere. Just a week before, we had quite a thrilling meeting. A debate about what to do with our surplus. Of course, as you can imagine, a meeting like that took hours and hours to complete. But it wasn't nearly as long as a meeting we had. Oh! The prosecution objects to the witnesses' incessant rambling! As does the defense. Both objections sustained. The witness will refrain from delivering trivial anecdotes. If you insist. When we finally finished, we were both naturally very tired, and Mr. Morer had a long walk home. Hold it! Was there any particular reason you were both so exhausted? Well, we had been working since 8 a.m. that morning, and we only took a 15-minute lunch. Wow. Ugh. Suffice to say, we were definitely done for the day. Well, what did he do about Mr. Morer's long walk home? He was getting to that! Stop interrupting the testimony! Ha 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 ha. That's alright, Mr. Prosecutor. Anyway, I knew that Mr. Morer had an awful long walk home. So I offered to have Matthias drive him. Hold it! And did he accept? Of course he accepted! How else would he have ended up in that limousine? Right. The prosecution is quite correct. Apollo, my boy, but at any rate, I elected to walk home since I needed to exercise in it. Hold it! So you would just let him use your vehicle like that? That certainly was very generous of you. Well, when you've been friends as long as Ilva and I have, had, that sort of thing is very commonplace. So, did you leave before or after he entered the vehicle? I left before, I believe, but I did see him get in. I was anxious to get home, so I just told him which limo was mine and walked home. Do you get the feeling that detail is important, Apollo? Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Let us hear your thoughts, Mr. Justice. Was that last detail important enough to be added to the testimony? Yeah, I think it was very important, actually. It was very important, Your Honor. Very well. Witness, add this detail to your testimony. As you wish. I told Mr. Morer where my car was parked, and then went on my merry way. Don't I remember reading that? Requires card keys to enter the vehicle. Trusted only to the owner and the chauffeur. The vehicle... Licensed chauffeurs for this type of vehicle are trained to not allow anyone to enter without... Okay. Objection! That's right. That's right! Only 4 pieces of evidence anyway, not that hard right now. Actually 3, unless you want to include my attorney's... Yeah, unless you want to include my badge! So, what you're saying is, you didn't open the door for the victim to let him in your car? As I said, I started for home, and then Mr. Moreer let himself in. We've been over this! But that doesn't make any sense. What? Well, the vehicle specifications say that a card key is required to enter, and the victim didn't have one. In other words, he wouldn't have been able to enter without the witness's help. Ah! Wait a minute. Objection! Our defense attorney has forgotten something important. I did. Why couldn't the defendant have simply opened the door for him? Oh, well, he didn't say that. That's why. I'm afraid you will have to provide a sufficient answer to this, Mr. Justice. Did that get bigger?
Don't worry, Apollo. Everything you need is in the court record.
Why didn't the defendant just open the door for the witness? He wasn't allowed to? I'm pretty sure that was... Pretty sure wrong thing. Not to allow without bearing a card key. That's why. So, yeah. Wasn't allowed to! He wasn't allowed to, Your Honor! It's right here on page 3 of the limousine data. Chauffeurs for this vehicle are trained not to allow anyone to enter without a card key. Not even a friend of the owner. Ah! Apollo, my boy, I feel I owe you an apology. What? What do you mean? Well, actually, I forgot a key detail in my testimony. Key? Get it? Card key? Key? I feel that I can be a rather forgetful person on occasion. Why, just last week, I forgot where I put my favorite gloves! And especially for an unfortunate event, seeing as they make a rather bold fashion statement. I mean, look at these gloves! I'm actually the only one who wears gloves at work, you know? Very daring of me, to be sure. Mr. Dugal, you were saying something about a key detail you forgot? Starting to get off subject again. Ah, yes, my boy, yes. You see, I allowed Mr. Moreer to borrow my key card for temporary use. I also gave him a note to present to Matthews, explaining the situation. Mr. Payne did say there was a card key found at the scene. But there was no mention of any note! That's true. How do you explain this, Mr. Payne? Actually, Your Honor, they did find a note. What?! I'm terribly sorry I didn't mention it. It seemed trivial at the time. In the future, Mr. Payne, you will take more care not to omit vital facts! Do you have the note in question? Yes, Your Honor! Perhaps we should add both the note and the card key to the court record. The court accepts these as evidence. Note added to the court record. Card key added to the court record. Alright, so we got a note, which is a note from Asterisk Dugal to the defendant, Matthias Thomas. Very neatly written, found in the chest pocket. The victim, Morir. Touch to check the button for details, and I'll check that in a minute. A card, and then the card key. A card key to Asterisk Dugal's limousine. Found in the vehicle itself. Touch, check button for details. Alright, let's check these items real quick. Matthias, this is my dear friend Ilva Morir, who is fatigued and needs a ride home. Please drive him back to his place, and then you may drive back to my state. The card key he carries confirms that he has my permission. I will be walking home, so don't worry about me. Alright, and then we got the card key, which is one of 2 copies found by the police. The other belongs to Matthias Thomas and is currently in police possession. Okay, oops. Alright, cool. There, you see? These things work themselves out in the end. I think it would be best if the witness testified again. More accurately this time. No problem whatsoever, Your Honor. Events leading to the crime, Part 2. As I stated previously, I offered Mr. Morir a ride back home. I loaned him my card key, trusting him to leave it with Matthias afterward. I also gave him a note to let Matthias know I was going home on. No doubt, Ilva gave it to Matthias straight away. I can't think any other way could happen. A very clear-cut testimony. I hope our defense can glean more information from this. With pleasure. Careful not to get too cocky, Apollo. Events leading to the crime, Part 2. As I stated previously, I offer... Hold it! And why did you let him ride in your limousine? Objection! We already know why! He knew he had a long walk home, so he wanted to be nice! Right. Where's right? Come on, Justice, think before you press. I loaned him my card key, trusting him to leave it with Matthias after. Hold it! And did he? Well, it is impossible to say exactly what happened that night. However, the card key was found in the vehicle by the police. My friend always was one to fulfill his obligations. Oh, I can't bear to think of what happened to him. That's alright, Mr. Dugal. Calm down. Yes, thank you, my boy. Can we get back to the testimony, please? I also gave him a note to let Matthias know what was going... Hold it! Wouldn't writing a note have taken a while, actually? I thought you said you were anxious to get home. Well, actually, I am a very fast writer. The note didn't take long at all. But wouldn't it have been faster to just walk up to him and up to your vehicle and tell Matthias yourself? Instead of writing a note explaining the situation? Huh. I guess I never thought of that. So when it 2020 hindsight, I guess. Do you really expect us to believe that it was just a simple mistake? I agree. It does seem rather far-fetched, Mr. Dugal. Yes, very far-fetched. Well, the parking lot by the city hall is rather large. From where Mr. Moreer and I were talking, it was a substantial walk to my limo. I don't imagine telling Matthews myself would have saved much more time than writing a note. I guess you do have a point. The court accepts the witness's explanation. Please continue with the cross-examination, Mr. Justice. No doubt Ilva gave it to Matthews straight away. Hold it! And what makes you say that, actually? Well, Apollo, my boy, it only makes sense. Ilva was a smart man. He wouldn't have forgive to deliver a note. And since the note was found in the vehicle, he must have given it to Matthews. Does that make sense? How am I supposed to know? You're the defense attorney! That was a rhetorical question, Trucy. Did I look like I was talking to you? Oh. Moving right along. I can't think of any possible other way it could have happened. Hold it! And why can't you think of any possible way? Are you seriously questioning the witness on his imagination? Why, yes! Yes, it is. Yes, I am. You objected profusely before, or you objected without any reason whatsoever, so I'm allowed to object to his imagination. Taxpayers' dollars are going into this trial, you know. Oh. Oh. Sorry, taxpayers. Indeed. I said sorry! Continue with the cross-examination immediately! Chop chop! Time is money! I'm not trying to waste time, Your Honor. What do you think of Mr. Dugal now, Miss Apollo? Well, he's not showing any signs of being unsure or nervous. He's pretty full of himself, but I don't think he would lie intentionally. But if you can't find anything wrong with his testimony, this trial will be over. Yeah, I know. If I can just find something he's mistaken about, we can keep Matthews' case alive. Okay, so according to this, a note from Asterisk Dugal to the defendant, very neatly written, found in the chest pocket of the victim, Ilva Moreer. And no doubt, Ilva gave it to Matthews straight away. So, I believe this is a contradiction, so... Let's see. Let's see if it is. Objection! So you believe that Ilva Moreer gave the note to Matthews? Is that correct? You're right on the nose, Apollo. But I'm afraid that doesn't flow with the facts thus far. Skip the alliteration already! Just tell us what you mean! If Mr. Moreer gave the note to Matthews Thomas, then why was it found in Mr. Moreer's chest pocket? Ah! That's a very good point. Well, witness, what do you have to say to this? I'm afraid I don't see any problem here, Your Honor. Huh? What? I mean, of course. Yes, of course. Think about it. What if Mr. Moreer just showed the note to Matthews and put it in his pocket? I didn't actually even think of that. It happened to the best of us, my boy. Or in this case, the worst of us. You didn't get it either, smartass. Hey, listen, hey. What are you doing? This isn't Zelda. True, see, now's not the best time to practice your Navi. Oh man, that's the thing about custom stories. You can make references to games. Hey, listen! No, I mean, listen to me! Yes! Stop with the impression! What if there are 2 notes? 2 notes! Yes! Wait, what? But how does that make any sense? I guess it doesn't. Well, Mr. Justice, can you disprove Mr. Dougal's claim? I don't think I have any evidence that can do that. Remember, Papalo, sometimes you just have to let go of your pride. I shall ask again. Do you have any evidence refuting the idea that the victim put the note back in his pocket after showing the defendant? No, I don't have any evidence. I'm looking at the case file over here. There's no evidence. What, my badge? No, there's nothing. I'm sorry, Matthews. Your Honor, there is no evidence that we have that can prove what happened, such as just the simple taking the note, showing it, and then putting it back in the pocket. Yes, and that's what it looks like in a custom story, too. Mr. Justice, we called Mr. Dougal to the stand to gain new insight on the case. You requested we explore every possibility. Doing this has gained us nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's really grilling you, Apollo. Gee, thanks, Trucy. You were the one who suggested I let go of my pride. The witness may leave the stand. Apollo, I'm sorry I couldn't have been more help. I failed you and Matthews. I did my fair share of falling as well, Mr. Dougal. Consider the lack of pertinent information gathered from the witness, as well as the insurmountable evidence produced against the defense's case. I see no need to consult with the jurists on this matter. The case is crystal clear. I hereby find the defendant, Matthews Thomas, Mr. Payne? Hold on just a minute, Your Honor. Mr. Payne, what is the meaning of this? I was about to announce my verdict. It would be your first guilty verdict in years. Damn, Judge, that's way to freaking, That's a way to talk down to someone and make them feel bad. I am painfully aware of that, Your Honor. However, I feel the need to make sure all the loose ends of this case are tied up. I understand this is a highly irregular choice. Regardless, the prosecution would like to call a witness.
See, Apollo?
Your case is still alive? Yeah, by sheer luck. I see it, but I just don't believe it. All along, you had another witness. Waiting in the wings, Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. Earlier, I believe I mentioned a person who reported the vehicle to the police. On the night of April 2nd, Police HQ received an anonymous tip from a concerned citizen. The caller reported suspicious activity inside a vehicle on the street, a limousine to be exact. A location and license plate number were given, and the police tracked the vehicle to a parking lot. This person has agreed to come forward and testify if necessary, and I find it highly necessary. Winston Payne helping me out? Is it Christmas or something? In light of this development, I will declare a 30-minute recess. This will allow the prosecution time to prepare its witness. Okay, whatever. Wow, our goose was cooked in there. And then Mr. Payne saved us! Why, I wonder, actually. That's really out of character. Again.
Maybe he's secretly your father, Apollo.
Winston Payne, Apollo's father? Sure. And I suppose you and I are brother and sister. Come on! Does that even make any lick of sense?
It could. Huh? Who's this, Apollo?
It can only be my client, Matthias Thomas. Say something? Ignore the stitches. You are the ones who took my case. Yes, sir! We did indeed! Good luck. You will need it. That's hardly encouraging! I must leave quickly. Officer, if you please. Huh? What a weird encounter! A weird game encounter! Seriously, Luke? Yes, it certainly was. What are you hiding, Matthias Thomas? Oh, hey, Phoenix! Not too late to the party. Am I, Apollo?
Daddy, you're here!
Hey, Trucy. Long time no see. I hope that was sarcasm. Though he has been known to leave for long periods of time. Did you pass the bar exam, Mr. Wright? Of course. I'm no greenhorn after all.
How long have you been here, Daddy?
Well, I watched some of your trial. You two handled yourselves well in there, as always. But I'm afraid I didn't come here just to chit-chat. Then, what did you come here for? To give some advice.
You mean like, look both ways before crossing the street? Or a penny saved is a penny earned?
What are you... What? Somehow, I don't think that's what he means, Trucy. A penny saved is a penny earned? The hell's that got to do with the trial? Taxpayers' money? No one is above the law, Apollo. Remember that. No one is above the law. Well, what's that supposed to mean? I don't think I understand, Mr. Wright. Just something you need to think about. I'll be watching you two during the rest of the trial. Good luck.
Huh. Daddy sure likes to talk in riddles.
Seems like everyone that knows what's up likes to talk in riddles. I think your dad got that from his the success, like, I know it's called me. I know that she's called Mia, but I'm gonna say Maya. Yeah, I think he got that from Maya. Yeah. Did you understand what he meant, Trucy?
Well, no. But I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
I hope so. What is it that Phoenix Wright is trying to tell me? And just what is Matthias Thomas hiding? But more importantly, exactly who is this next witness? To be continued. And see, this is the loading screen. But click here to start before everything is fully loaded. I think that's a horrible idea. But I'm going to save it here because there is a, if you look at the entire screen, there is a save button right here. I don't know what happens when I save. The end! What? Oh, shoot. Well, the good news is that if I want to get back to where I gotta be, I can click on this instant text and it'll be trial. Maybe if I reload it. Because if that comes up as the end, I'm going to be a little hangry. Just a little bit. Oh, come on. Okay, I think the save button's glitched. That's not good. I will try to fix that. And for the next episode, because it's now 5:16 and I don't want to keep going with it being 5:16. So yeah, with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you all next time, and let me know what you think of the custom trial thing that's on this website. Wait a second. Actually, no, I'm not gonna click that. But I will say, hope you enjoyed. Actually, oh, well, I'm gonna freaking bookmark this, if anything. Yes, bookmark. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little featured or these trials. It does make me wonder if there's more than this, if this is the featured trials. But yeah, have a great day, and I hope to catch you all next time. And again, I don't usually do like 2 series at the same time, but I really wanted to try this out a little bit, so yeah, I'll probably finish this up. And I don't know how long this trial is, but it shouldn't take longer than like, final trial of a game or something. But, yeah. Have a great day.